we go. Tied at 10, not anymore. This time, Ratified is down. Here in double O2. We'll go at it again inside. Tampa Bay Gators are going to crash hole 19.
Time is happening in the Car Demolition League since 2000.
Welcome to the 2016 season here in the Car Demolition League. Some of you might not be familiar with the CDL. Some of you, longtime fans, or at least for a couple of seasons, or you've known it for even longer, who knows. But I'm going to assume most of you new fans. The Car Demolition League right here, it is the premier league, in my opinion, in the world of Toy Car Demolition Derby, and I'm going to bring it to you basically 3 days a week here in the 2016 season, starting with this here February 22nd game day. I'm the owner and creator of the league. Name's James Hulse, and maybe you've seen my vids before, maybe not. But first year on Twitter, so did the one thing I swear I never do, tweet. But technology, you know, I got to up my game, I guess. But nonetheless, these cars bring their game. Believe it or not, you think it's a joke, but you can't pull any 4 random toy cars out of a toy box and expect to compete on this league, and I can pretty well guarantee you that one. The Los Angeles Blades, defending back-to-back world champions, a team that Alex Johnson has really built from the ground up since he took ownership of them back during the 2011 season. He's back for another season after winning his second straight Crash Bowl, something never done before in the Car Demolition League. He's back to give it another shot, and he's got the same team. Greelina, Far Future, Cove Light, for sure Hall of Famers, and they go head-to-head against the San Francisco Shinobis here on opening game day. That's, as a matter of fact, that's our that's season opener right there. But then again, we do have some other stuff going on. We got some other games, great games. No pro team has a bye, and of course, Development League in action, but I'm not really going to put a whole lot of focus on the Development League this year. So if you are interested in the minor leagues that I do here, by all means, feel free to tweet or comment or whatever. You can also head to Facebook, where Car Demolition League has a page, at Car Demolition League on Facebook, and you know, maybe request to see some D-League games there if you wanted to really check out Development League games. But nonetheless, run down the scores of them for you. And again, this would be a thing if you want to check out on your own accord, please do. But the Memphis Claws open up their season 20-15. They beat the Oakland Smashers. Oklahoma City Strikers beating the Vancouver Bears 15-10. We also had Utah defeating Cincinnati, so the Utah Lakers defeating the Cincinnati Tigers. Don't mind the league mascot off here to my right. But that was a 15-5 final. Brandon's Mexico City Jaguars getting the 20-15 win in overtime over the Calgary Stallions. The Edmonton Extreme beating the Winnipeg Predators 15-5. Kansas City Indians with the 15-5 win over the Alaska Bobcats. Little Rock 20-15 win in overtime over the Anaheim Eagles. Baltimore Colts getting the 15-5 win over the Montreal Saints. Tim Giesser's Rochester Tomahawks opened up the season the right way, 15-5 win over the Richmond Reapers. And the Toronto Canadiens getting the win, 15-5 over Eastern Division rivals, the Syracuse Scorpions, who, hey, they're the defending back-to-back D-League champions. But both those teams have won 2 Soldiers Cup titles in this league's 4 years that's been around, at least the Development League, of course. But that being said, on to the pros. Bunch of great games about to take place, and things I'm going to have 3 for you. I'm going to show you some highlights along the way in between these 3 featured events. Starting off with the Shinobis and the Blades, that's going to be coming up. Boston Vandals on the road against San Jose Storm should be an impressive matchup. And Tim Giesser's 2 teams leading the way. Tim's Philadelphia Demons and Hartford Homies in the main event. And sad note to start the 20th season is that our close friend, especially Tim's close friend, Zachary Thomas Giesser, golden retriever. We will have a little moment of silence for him. He passed away. Lived a good life, and we are going to miss him dearly. So, but definitely tribute paid to him tonight. So, might seem crazy, but he's a part of our family here in the Car Demolition League. So, hopefully, something that we would all understand. But nonetheless, on to the toy car smashing action. Let's get down to the field. Los Angeles Blades defending back-to-back world champs, home against Pacific Division rivals, Lila Giesser's San Francisco Shinobis.
This is game time, and it's game time that the madness fly. Show the strength that just can't be defined.
Welcome, CDL fans, to another season, the 20th anniversary season here in the Car Demolition League, and it smashes off today. The world champions, the Los Angeles Blades, first time in CDL history, first team to win it back to back, raising that banner today and starting the season off as they get set to take on Pacific Division rivals, Lila Giesser's San Francisco Shinobis. Should be a great game, but before we get down to anything, our 20th season in the Car Demolition League, dedicated to a very special part of our family, Zachy Thomas Giesser, unfortunately not with us anymore. So before starting anything, a moment of silence in his memory. This season in 2016 is dedicated to him. Zach, we'll always miss you. You always were a good boy. That being said, time for a banner raising, and after that, we'll get a look at our lineups. It's the San Francisco Shinobis and the defending world champions yet again, the Los Angeles Blades.
I love LA. Big San, California, yes, still applies to me. Everybody got something to say. What they didn't try, is this a movie? Attacking the Leaf Village is where my crew be. What is it like to be a shinobi? My ninjas feel you for your feel me. Good soup. I love LA. Big San, California, yes, still applies to me. Everybody got something to say.
And here we go, folks. Leading the way for the San Francisco Shinobis will be F3, and for Alex Johnson's Blades, Our Future gets the nod for the start, and that time, band roll, and to the wrong sides they will go. Believe any contact made there. F3 and Far Future starting off the season. Far Future is down 5-0 Shinobis in the lead. That will bring out Grilina. The Shinobis made it to the second round of the playoffs last year. Didn't run across the Blades. And Grilina ties the game up here. So the score all knotted at 5. F3 is down there. That brings out Black Bullet 1. Two good defensive cars on the field right now. And look at that. Good hit right there. Good survival mode there by Grilina. World champs trying to do something here on opening day to go 1-0. Definitely would like to win on the day their banner is raised. It's an interference call there. Sends them back to their own sides. They go at it again. Both cars up yet again. Both cars on opposite sides now. Clashing it out here. And look at that. Good survival move by Bullet 1. Good matchup between these two teams right here. As you expect in a rivalry game. We are all knotted up at 5 apiece, and good roll right there
by Black Bullet 1. And Greelina, offensive advantage in his favor right now. Good spin move to keep himself up in the float. As they break in this new field here. A lot of cars using some Crisco on the bottom. Help him go, and Greelina has a good flip that time. So the Blades take the lead, 10-5. And Spec-Type Jr. now out on the field for the Shinobis. And Spec-Type Jr. will immediately tie it up at 10 apiece. So now Pink Indy Jr. makes his appearance. Both cars from the captain spot here. A 10-10 game. Say go at it. And Indy Jr. Pink Indy Jr. is down. The Shinobis retake the lead, 15-10. Cove Light now out there for the Blades, trying to force overtime. Almost went down. Survives it again. Definitely Spec-Type Jr. with the offensive advantage at the moment, but he is taken down. Cove Light gets the good flip, and the first game of the season is going into overtime. So now, Mach 5-2 out there for the San Francisco Shinobis. Cove Light out there for the Los Angeles Blades. And what a season opener it has been here for 2016. Maybe a good sign of things to come in the Car Demolition League this year. And it's over right there. Mach 5-2 goes down. Cove Light going 2-0, and the Blades have the win. 20-15 in overtime. The Los Angeles Blades somehow find a way. But not a bad start for the Shinobis in all due respect. Good performance on the road. They do get a point. So not leaving here empty-handed. And anytime a team can pick up a single point against the Blades, they got to kind of take a look at it in a positive light. Looking at the next game day for both of these teams, Blades going to be main eventing that February 24th game day against the New York Empire. As for the San Francisco Shinobis, they'll be home against the Boston Vandals on that very same game day. So, looking for more good things out of these teams. They definitely, certainly put on a show tonight, and definitely should be fun teams to watch as the season progresses. We're going to have highlights coming up, folks. We're going to take you across the league, show you a few games that are also taking place here on this opening game day, and when we come back to the field here, it'll be what I think will be a great matchup. The Boston Vandals on the road to take on the San Jose Storm. Brandon Storm taking the field for the first time this season, and trying to kind of make the comeback here happen. Made it to the conference finals back in 2014 and 2015, eliminated first round. So the Storm definitely got to have that feeling of unfinished business. But of course, highlights first. Get down to these highlights. First one that we'll be looking at going to be the game between the Detroit Devils and their division rivals, the Green Bay Dragons. So let's go have a look.
All right, back and dressed about as formal as I'll be dressed all season. Opener type thing, special stuff. But nonetheless, time to get to the highlights. You saw your first CDL game. Well, many of you, I assume, have just seen your first Car Demolition League game. Hell of a matchup. Goes into overtime. Blaze getting the win. But let's show you some action around the rest of the league. All right, starting the highlight reel, Green Bay Dragons, Detroit Devils. And let's check out how their game got underway. The rookie Inquisitor was out there first for the Green Bay Dragons. And the veteran Black Dragon out there leading from the Detroit side. They ended up tying there. 5-5 was the score, and now check this guy out, Cloud Cutter of the Detroit Devils, their #1 overall pick of the draft, and his first opponent would be Shell, one of the lowest, most aerodynamic cars in the league, and on their very first collision right there, off screen, but Shell is taken out of the game. So who can stop him? Maybe this car here, Toy Soldier, gets the chance, and interference saving him, and then coming back, and in a good defensive battle. Look at this. This is an offensive car in Cloud Cutter that shouldn't be able to play this kind of defense, but he plays it out, and he gets that game-winning flip right there. 15-5, the final score, and hey, Detroit with the win over Green Bay. Fellow Lone Stars and San Antonio King.
That team's using Crisco now, Tim.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's right, you heard it.
Crisco being used because of the trouble with the field, but Purple 300 ZX against Black Testarossa 2. Both cars went down, and just like that, we were tied at 5. So enter RPG, and he takes down Reptile right away. Then Gray Indy trying to stop him from the Dallas side. And these two good offensive cars and put on a little battle here, but in the end they take each other down. Now let's get a look at Watts up with the 15-10 score going down here. Trying to make the comeback for the Lone Stars. Watts up coming into the game, has to take on Moto Blade Jr. Good defensive car. Interference that happened on that collision there. They went at it again, and look at this former D-leaguer Watts up dancing around. He stays alive there, and both of them going at it, and able to stay alive yet again, and then finally getting the flip. But he's a D-leaguer. He was a D-leaguer. Well, not anymore. Showing he can play with the big boys. Then takes on Sweet 16 in overtime. Sweet 16, of course, trying to get the win, but only a couple collisions in, and bam, done over in overtime. 20-15 was the final of this one. The Dallas Lone Stars getting the win. So now we take a look at the Seattle Lumberjacks and the Nevada Thunder, and this guy, Dark Dragon. Look at these couple of moves. Woo! That's called defense, folks, and that's what he's getting done there. But in the end, taking on a veteran like Yellow Spider, a little bit too tough for the rookie to handle. But Darkwing now looking to draw even here in this matchup, and look at his defensive moves as he takes on Yellow Spider here, and kind of a bad roll there. And you're going to see this now. A timeout right there that was called, and it's the new field playing havoc with these cars' rolling ability. So he gets greased up, ready to continue here. Darkwing did, and he had a good flip right there. He was off screen, but still up. That brought out White Indy for the Nevada Thunder, combating with Darkwing here, and had a good flip right there on him. So now Buzzsaw for the Seattle side, out there to compete with White Indy. Both cars took each other down. So 15-10 lead for the Nevada Thunder. Now the Rookie of the Year, Hornet, the defending Rookie of the Year, I should say. Had a great playoff appearance last year, and now took on Menace from the, or Mantis rather, from the Seattle side, as they were trying to force overtime. See how it went here? One collision in, two collisions in, and it was done with right there. Off screen, but down. So 15-10 was the final of this game. The Nevada Thunder getting the win over the Seattle Lumberjacks. New Jersey Bandits and Buffalo Warriors going head to head, and it was Inferno leading the way against Pink Lamborghini from the New Jersey side. And I see the good battle between the two heavyweights, but Inferno getting the flip, 5-0 Buffalo. That brought out Kid Custom now for the Bandits. Low aerodynamic car, and interference was able to save Inferno that time. So going at it again, a good strong hit there. You see Inferno's weight making an impact, but cannot hang on. Kid Custom tying the game at 5, and that brought out Tyrell. Tyrell, a great car that's been slumping the past few years, and close to an interference there, but he had a flip that brought out Power Pistons. So Power Pistons, the #1 overall pick of the draft, and you get to see him now taking on Tyrell, quite possibly a future Hall of Famer. He just might be one already, but nonetheless, he went down there, but off screen, there was a little bit of an interference. So the two had at it yet again. And this time around, it was Power Pistons getting the better of Tyrell. So, tied at 10, and that brought out the captain spot for the Buffalo Warriors. You just saw him there. What going head-to-head with Power Pistons, and this one was sure to be epic. Interference off screen, or no interference, but he was up off screen. So, they kept going at it here. And I think I actually played this the whole way through, I believe.
Interference.
I don't know if you can hear the actual computer itself, but interference yet again that had occurred there. And this is just an epic kind of matchup, and you see, we have a dance right there, but Power Pistons went down, and 686 trying to force overtime, not going to happen. Just didn't have that defensive spark that his counterpart had. So 15-10 Buffalo Warriors getting the win over the New Jersey Bandits here on opening day. Indianapolis Reapers taking on the Nashville Nighthawks, and you see Blue Indy was leading the way against No Fear here in this game, and you're about to see the two go head-to-head here, and two cars low to the ground, and the field gonna play its games again. So we get a look at this. Just look at the difficulty here, trying to get a grip. You can see my hands kind of just struggling, the fingertips trying to struggle to get a basis to roll off of, an interference right there. We had to back the cars back up again to their own sides, send them out to do it again, and that time we actually did manage to get a good roll. So 5-0 Nashville, No Fear getting the job done. Now the rookie, what a maneuver to stay up by Phoenix right there. You see him, interference yet again, and he does it again. We got a new interference came because he's gotten another, and that time almost an interference. Mere inches away, but he does go down. That brought out goal Z28 for the Reapers. Valiant effort by the rookie Phoenix there, but
Goal Z28 is down.
and that would end it.
And
So
the Nighthawks serve donuts for dinner. 15-0 the final score.
just like I said in the video, they serve donuts for dinner. So right quick, gotta celebrate 3-0 here on this game day. No Fear, the Nashville Nighthawks, dominant performance. Carolina Wildcats, Atlanta Avengers, Southeast Division battle. You get to look at the rookie Dem Pizza Rolls. His first appearance on a CDL field, and look at him surviving there in the battle with Dragon. And he gets a flip on him that brings out Mellow 51 for the Carolina side. And both cars having a sizable heavyweight battle, if you could call it that, and they both go down there. So it's a 10-5 score. Wen comes out, and he'll go up against Clown. And Carolina was trying to fight their way back into this thing. When the second overall pick of this past year's draft, and you see Clown giving him a good fight, and look at the defensive skills of the rookie Wen going toe-to-toe here, able to battle it out with Clown. And you just see all these opportunities, and the survivability of Wen. Man, I should have gotten some of these in slow motion. And look at how we got the flip there, and just like that, tied at 10. But now enter 40. 40's a smash mouth type of car, so definitely a car capable of getting flips on defensive cars like Wen, as we see them go head to head, and you see Wen putting on a show, but the show brought to an end there. Lightweight two-timer, can't force overtime, and hey, 40 able to get the job done for the Atlanta Avengers. 15-10, Atlanta getting the win over their rivals, the Wildcats. San Diego Lightning, Portland Panthers going head-to-head Pacific Division showdown. First two cars out there, Monty out there against the rookie Hot Goat, and Monty for the Portland side, and you get to see the heavyweight at work right away, gets the flip on Hot Goat, and now going head-to-head with the Dirty Snow there from the San Diego side, and the interference was there, but that time Dirty Snow able to tie up the game. So now bring out Purple Fire for the Portland Panthers. They both went down, so tie game, 10-10 the score, and this is where the game truly begins. Who out there for Portland up against 24 Hours from the San Diego side, and look at the defense. Just sit and marvel at defense for a moment as you see these two go at it, with some interferences in there, of course, but this is just unbelievable seeing these cars go at it. Look at that one. How does who stay up in those scenarios is just a big question as these two go head to head. Just gotta marvel at. Look at this, both of these cars, neither of them giving in. Neither was willing to go down and just dancing around each other here, basically. They make this sport look pretty simple, flat out point with the game on the line, tied at 10. So obviously big situation with the two captains on the field. Still going at it. And look at that move by who. How you can't replicate it, but in the end, both cars take each other out. So now we head into overtime. 7 series for San Diego, 1975 for Portland. Should be just as epic, right?
1975 is taken down. The San Diego have the win in overtime.
Exactly. San Diego with the win in overtime. 20-15 the final, and wasn't as epic. So here we go, opening up the season for these two, Miami Mafia and Washington Patriots. You see them both before the opening smash-off, getting ready to go. And we gotta definitely pay attention to this guy, Landlord. Check this out. one of the first collisions, and look at that survivability right there. How did he stay up? And then he comes out after that and takes down Monkey to get the 5-0 lead for the Patriots. That leads to Neon coming out to face off against Landlord here. And Neon, a tough customer, and able to get the flip right there. Brought out Black Phantom from the Washington side. Tied at 5 apiece. And you saw these two go at it, and look at Phantom doing his job. Aqua Chevelle from the Miami side. The rookie making his first appearance, having to take on a Smash Mouth car in Black Phantom, and he gets taken right down, right away there. So 15-5 was the final of that one. The Washington Patriots, a dominant way to start their season. And one more before the middle feature. The Denver Mustangs St. Louis Twisters Central Division battle, and we get a look at this guy. Purple Custo, an impressive day for him. Starting things off against Silver Indy. And you saw a good little battle going on there. A couple of good collisions, and it led to a 5-0 Denver lead. So, Silver Indy down. Brought out the next man. That's Rowdy out there for St. Louis. And both of them go down. So that sets up this matchup. You saw Red Detta there, the rookie Red Detta, taking on Mr. Freeze. Two good defensive cars going at it and almost survives it. But the Denver Mustangs hanging on to get the win thanks to their rookie Red Detta. Alright folks, time to get back down the field. You got to look at those highlights, but we got another matchup ready for you. The Boston Vandals on the road against the San Jose Storm. Should be a very fun matchup to watch. Some good defense on both sides. To the Boston Vandals, you'll be looking at Vendetta to step up and do something. And of course, to the home side of the field, or who will have the advantage of being rolled with the stronger hand here, the right hand, the San Jose Storm. You're going to have to look out for a few different cars with them, especially ones like Charizard and Wasp. So definitely going to be an interesting matchup. Let's go on ahead, get down the field, and get it underway. Vandals, Storm. And we're back to the field here on CDL Live, the opening game day of the 2016 regular season, the 20th anniversary season. And getting right down to the action yet again, as you saw the highlights from games that had happened before. And another one about to take place. We sent our respects to Zachary Thomas Giesser, man's best friend, our best friend. No longer with us, and doing it for him this year. So that being said, the Boston Vandals and the San Jose Storm ready to open up their season here today. Both teams coming off a tough postseason where the Boston Vandals eliminated in the first round. They were swept in the first round by the Philadelphia Demons, and the San Jose Storm, a 4-1 series loss to the San Francisco Shinobis. And wandering back to maybe the cause of it, definitely have to look at finish. So, against a team that has good defense in the back of the field, which be Boston, can San Jose finish today? We'll find out. Let's get a look at the lineups. Boston Vandals, San Jose Storm.
Right back doing such power stars, straight up, hitting 1-2 like Manny Ortiz, you heard? It's John Cena, baby, and we heating up the bean pot. Big up Boston, you know the whole team hot. Yo, we fresh, y'all a little bit stale, and we about to make it ugly just like wild life, love so rare. What it takes to be the best. Wild burn this whole place down. Wild put you in the ground.
Hey, here we go. The first two cars coming up to start the game. For the San Jose Storm, Solid Snake leading the way. Blue Dragon 2 will be the car leading things off for the Boston Vandals. Both teams looking to offense first, and both of them getting flips right away. So, the score, 5-5 off of the first collision. And it brings out Nitro for the Vandals, and for the Storm, Charizard. Offense versus defense here. Good move by Charizard. They switch sides here now. Does Nitro want the home side though? These two keep going at it here. Good collisions thus far. Both cars staying up there. And we see defense from both sides, and this time Nitro is down. Charizard with a good flip there. 10-5 Storm in the lead. And now Vendetta, captain of the Vandals, out there trying to tie this game up. Charizard looking for the win here for him and his San Jose Storm. Remember what we just talked about. Finish. Can they get it? And yes, the finish is there today. Charizard getting it done. He goes 2-0 and the San Jose Storm are 1-0. So, a good win for Brandon and his San Jose Storm. 15-5. They defeat the Boston Vandals. More highlights coming up for you folks. As a matter of fact, the next highlight about to come up, matchup from the from the Northern Division rather. The Dayton Rebels and the Milwaukee Mob. Will also see highlights from Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Phoenix, New Mexico, Houston, New Orleans. Basically the rest of the games, and then we'll get down to our main event, the battle for TGI, and obviously paying big due respect to Zach. We're going to have a little tribute video before that Hartford Philly game as both Tim's teams kick off the season, or should I say smash off the season, head to head. So a special event here to take place on opening day in the Car Demolition League. So that being said, stay tuned. More action only on CDL Live.
Alright, so you just saw a dominant win by the San Jose Storm, 15-5. Getting the win over the Boston Vandals to start their season 1-0. And coming up soon, you're going to see that main event, Philadelphia and Hartford, looking both to go 1-0. The Demons just won a Crash Bowl back in 2013, and of course Hartford homies came close. Lost to Tampa Bay in the Eastern Conference Finals just last season. So it's going to be quite interesting to see these two teams go head-to-head. Tim Giesser has made a lot of moves with both teams in preparation for the 2016 season, and a couple of big moves made. Him getting rid of 46 along with, or not 46, Hammer and Sonic Boom from his Hartford lineup, sending them to the Gowanda Outlaws in order to get a good draft pick, but nonetheless, we'll see how well it ends up working. Of course, Hartford didn't really reap the benefits of that. Green Demon on the Philadelphia Demons. He was the third overall pick of this year's draft. We'll get to see him. And of course, that's main event. More highlights though before that, so we go to the rest of the action across the league.
Okay, back to the highlights here, and a good one between these two teams, Milwaukee Mob and the Dayton Rebels. Take a look. Starting off the match, it was Hot Tub Jr. and El Rey. Of course, Hot Tub Jr. on the Milwaukee side, and both these cars, a short little battle, just two collisions in, they took each other down. We were tied at 5. That brought out Zapper and Monty Jr. out there, and Zapper got the flip, and all of a sudden it is a 10-5 game. So enter in the rookie Cartman from the Milwaukee side, and look at this. What defense he had there, and also the ability to get the flip. So tied at 10, that brought out Toe, as you saw his picture there. Toe was out there, a good defensive battle, two good defensive cars, just one of them a rookie, and that would be Cartman from the Milwaukee side. And look at these two go at it. They had a great little showdown here. Definitely expect these kinds of things with good defense. So now heading to overtimes, they both took each other down there, Toyota and Sub-Zero. And you see these two going at it here in the overtime, and it was Sub-Zero getting the job done, getting the flip, and getting the win. 15-10 the final, or 20-15 the final score. Dayton in overtime. From Northern to Southern Division we go. Houston and New Orleans, White Ferrari and Elite, stealing the show. Taking a look at their first few collisions that they have here to start the game off. And this is only a fraction of them. And then check out this save. Elite, somehow, someway, did you see that? Somehow able to work his way out of that, and then no less goes on to get the flip. 5-0 Gladiators in the lead. Send out Nickel and Diamond from the middleman spot for the Houston Oilers. See how he does here as he goes head to head with Elite. Elite, so good defensively and able to scave off Nickel and Diamond. 10-0 Gladiators, but now enter N Racer X. Probably Houston's best car, especially defensively, and look at that, getting the Oilers back in the game. It was just like that. So, Golden Rat trying to get the win here. Not going to happen, but 15-10 the score. And then off screen, that is a flip. T. Gray goes down, and Hot Wheel Bet forces overtime. So, tied at 15 in OT, and then Menace from the Gladiator side. You will not enjoy this, but it will be over quickly as they go at it. And on the first collision of OT, Elite gets the job done, and the Gladiators have the win 20-15 in OT. Gwanda Outlaws New York Empire Northeast Division rivalry, and Challenge making his impact off the bat, having to go up against Lamborghini, and just like that, it was 5-0. So now enter Sonic Boom from the Gwanda side, and look, mama, I can dance. Somehow he break dances his way through. You get to see some of his defensive moves, and look, I can dance. But nonetheless, when it's all said and done, it's going to be in vain here, as you are going to see. And right there, Sonic Boom going down. So 10-0, New York in the lead. Enter Hammer. He's a heavyweight, setting down Challenge right away, and then out coming Enzo 1 from the middleman spot for the New York Empire. And definitely Enzo won a lighter car, but manages a tie there. So 15-10, advantage Empire. And now entering the franchise, Black Bullet 2. Cockroach out there for Gwanda, trying to force overtime, and simply said to 1 point, no soup for you. So, New York Empire getting the win in regulation, 15-10, the final score. Okay, moving on, Cleveland Wolves, Pittsburgh Destroyers, and we'll see right off the bat, Yellow Custom getting it done right away, takes down Bully Goat from the Cleveland side, 5-0 Destroyers. But just as quickly as it was 5-0, Aqua Ferrari coming out for Cleveland, tying things up at 5, but now What Junior comes out and things get real. As you can see, this flip going to be kind of almost off screen. Well, yeah, it is off screen, but that is a flip. Aqua Ferrari goes down, no interference there, and now Octanium comes out trying to save the Wolves in this game and putting up the good fight. How good of a fight? Well, sometimes you just can't keep your wheels in about it. But a timeout would ensue. You can now call a timeout when you lose your wheels, and that's what Pittsburgh did when What Junior lost his, and it pays off. Getting the good flip there was What Junior. They didn't have to rely on Green Blaze, so he doesn't have to worry about his wheels. But 15-5, the final score. Destroyers get the win over the Wolves. Firebirds and Monsters, and right off of the first collision, Mika getting the flip there, and right after that, coming out to face Mika was Futurama there. So took down my buddy X-Wing. No, I'm going to get you back. So tied at 5, and that brings out the legendary one from the Phoenix side, Green Arrow, going at it with Futurama. Green Arrow won a few Crash Bowls in his day and able to tie Futurama there. So now Stock 34 and Synchro, two great defensive cars in this league, going head-to-head from the captain spot. It's tied at 10. Who's going to get the upper hand? Synchro. But of course, New Mexico, home team, in the lead, looking to close things out, and almost an interference on the game winner, but none call, goes wide of his teammates, and Synchro gets the job done. 15-10, Monsters get the win over the Firebird. So Brawlers and Cowboys, and welcome back Escalade. But wait, he's not the star of this game? No, it's this guy, Uncle Sam. Flip on the first collision there, takes down MX Dragster. Enter in 42nd for the Cowboys. And let's see how Uncle Sam handles him. Too easy. So now it's all coming down to Governor. Can he keep the Cowboys in the game here? Rolls up to stay alive there. Rolls up to stay alive there. Maybe the defense is working. Goes off screen. Interference on the play. So line him back up. Let him go at it. And keep in mind, Escalade at the middleman spot. But he doesn't have to work today because it's donuts for dinner. Served by Uncle Sam. 15-0 the final score, and the Brawlers dominate the Cowboys here on opening day. We move on, Central Division rivalry, Minnesota-Chicago, going at it. First collision, first flip, monkey ball, making it 5-0 wind attack in the lead that brought out Diablo 2 for the Minnesota side. And good little fight there, good little skirmish, but Diablo 2 winning out, and all of a sudden we are tied at 5. Enter R. Defense comes into play, and R gets some flips too, man. But now R versus Black Spinebuster. Some matchups you just gotta highlight, and this would be one of them from this game.
Black Spinebuster, definitely the best car on Minnesota's lineup, no doubt about it. And you see him going to work here. You see R surviving a couple of times, but in the end, R does go down. So tied at 10 and enter highlight for the wind attack. This car, another good defensive car, and he had the flip right there, and that put it at 15-10 in favor of the wind attack. So green 7 coming out, trying to force overtime, and fighting a little bit of a good fight, but just 2 collisions. So I guess not all that great of a fight, but the defense of highlight wins out. Chicago wins 15-10 over the Maniacs. Cross-conference matchup, Puerto Rico Players and the Roswell Aliens. They got set there to go head-to-head, the first 2 out. F1 Racer for Roswell. Black Star was out there for Puerto Rico. And first collision, and both teams got 5 points. So 5-5 the score. Out come the middlemen, Black Lena and Spectite. You want to talk about good defensive cars in the league. Hey, the league's full of them. The CDL, best toy car demolition derby you will see. And cars like this, or like these two, are the reason why. They take each other down, though, after a hard-fought battle. Tied at 10. No one's had the lead yet. Green Blaze Jr. and Dragonfly. Both of them looking to finally break the ice. And they're good defensive cars going at it. And wait, that was a flip. That was quick. Yes, Dragonfly works fast. 15-10. Aliens in the lead. Looking to close it out against Solar Reflex. And does so. And folks, yes, we are going to take another look at it. You might have seen Solar Reflex go down, but even more, what stood out even more, check it out. Right here, slow. Get your money, 15-10, Aliens get the win. Jacksonville Bangums on the road against the Tampa Bay Gators. Ratified and Zap led the way, and right there a tie. So we had a 5-5 game. So moving on. We got Battle, the car with the brain, but Testarossa, he's a car with more weight. And ends up getting the 10-5 lead, but now enter the MVP. Defending MVP, I should reiterate. That is 47 Ronin. Get your money. Takes down Testarossa, and we are tied at 10. So, moving on, Black Spectite comes out for the Bangums from their captain spot. He's a good defensive car in this league. But you see 47 at work. Why he was the MVP from last year. Getting glimpses of that right here. Good defensive maneuvers. Makes a flip of his own. 15-10. RDO6. Trying to tie this thing up and send it into overtime. Trying to get the good grip on him there. As you can see by the hand movements. Both cars were down. Cannot end on a tie between a 5-point gainer and a captain. But that one will end it right there. Good breaks by 47 Ronin, that's all I can say. But 15-10 would be the final of this game. The Gators, defending Eastern Conference champs, getting the win over the Bangums. Well, folks, time has finally come for our main event. Tim Giesser's 2 squads about to go at it. Let's just get it down to the field. Philadelphia Demons, Hartford Homies.
This is game time and it's game time and the madness fly. Show the strength that just can't be defined.
And we are back, folks, here on CDL Live, and the time has come for our main event. But this is a special main event, in effect. Tim Giesser's 2 teams going head-to-head. Tim's Hartford Homies, home against his Philadelphia Demons. And even with Miku in attendance here, we pay tribute to a friend, Zachary, Thomas Giesser, before Tim's 2 teams smashed off here. You saw the video dedication, and we do miss you, Zach. So, I know we had one at the very start of the game day, but before Zachy's Poppy's teams hit the field, one more. So, getting ready to go here. So that being said, let's get a look at the lineups for both sides. Philadelphia Demons, Hartford Homies.
That's why they call me
here we go, folks. Pink Indy will lead the way for the Philadelphia Demons, and for the Hartford homies, his brother, Indy 5. Should make it interesting enough here. Game on. Both cars still up after the first collision, going at it yet again. Two good cars, both good at what they do. Both Hall of Famers, no doubt. And it's going to be Pink Indy getting the flip, and the Philadelphia Demons have the 5-0 lead. They would like a little payback after the homies swept them out of the playoffs last year in the second round. Nonetheless, redemption out there for the homies. He got the call up by Tim. Pulled him up from Rochester. Had a good season last year. And now he takes on Pink Indy. Looking to get Hartford back in the game. They trail 5-0 here at home. And look at that. Redemption with the good flip on Pink Indy there. So, tied at 5 now. And that brings out Silver Molina for the Philadelphia Demons. And an interference off the bat there. That one saving redemption. As our mascot, Nico the Cat, looks on here, and Silver Molina is what she sees. Him getting the flip there. So, 10-5, Demons in the lead, and that brings out 46 Junior for the Hartford homies. And both 46 Junior and Silver Molina are down. It's a 15-10 game. Philly in the lead. And now the rookie on their side, Green Demon, out there for the Philadelphia Demons. And out there to take him on will be Silver and Black Tack Jr. Now, Green Demon was drafted by Gowanda. Tim made the trade. And both Sonic Boom and Hammer from Hartford ended up going to Gowanda. And then in the result, basically a switch in rosters, so to speak, in lineups that put Green Demon with the Demons. So kind of an odd thing, but Tim using both of his squads to make the moves he had to make. So Silver and Black Attack Jr. trying to force overtime against the rookie here. Both cars down, got to get back up. So they will go at it again. Green Demon. Silver and Black Tack Jr. and Silver and Black Tack Jr. is down. The game is over. 15-10 the final score. In a hard-fought battle here, the Philadelphia Demons have the win here in our main event on the road against the Hartford homies. 15-10. Great game whole way through. Saw a lot of offensive capabilities, a little bit of a defensive touch along with it. That being said, quite the way to start the 2016 season here in the Car Demolition League. Had some games earlier. Boston and San Jose, in case you were wondering. I mentioned Boston on the road against San Francisco in the next game. The San Jose Storm, they'll be home against the Gowanda Outlaws. As for the Philadelphia Demons and the Hartford homies, both of them be packing their bags and heading out west for the next game day. The Demons will be on the road to take on the San Diego Lightning. And the Hartford homies looking to bounce back from their loss against the now 0-1 Portland Panthers. So, should be an interesting one there. So Hartford, Portland, Philly, San Diego next game day. And on our next edition of CDL Live. Should be interesting to see. We'll get to see the first overall pick of the draft, Power Pistons, and his New Jersey Bandits on the road to take on the Nevada Thunder. Also the live game that will be going on, the Tampa Bay Gators, Eastern Conference champs, on the road against the San Antonio Kings. And we'll get to see a matchup between two 1-0 teams that were impressive here on the first game day. The New York Empire on the road against the world champion Los Angeles Blades. That's on the February 24th game day. So that being said, James Holtz here, thanking you for watching. And until next time, take care of yourselves, be yourselves, peace, and as always, until next time, see ya. And before we leave right quick, we're going to get a look at the 2016 stand-ins after the very first game day. Not much to look at, right? Bunch of teams tied at 1-1 for first place, or 1-0 at first place. A bunch of teams tied in last place at 0-1. As you get a little look as we scroll through some great games that took place on opening day. And hope you folks enjoyed it. Answer some questions while these stands are scrolling, since I've got it for 90 seconds here. But nonetheless, simple questions of why use your hands? Well, these cars are bent out of shape over the years. The wheels don't exactly roll right, so that's why we don't use a Hot Wheel track per se, the orange track. But that's the reason why is the wheels are so bent out of shape, and it's they would never actually roll straight. Why is the home team on the left side? Well, that's because your view from the left side. For me, I'm right-handed, so home team take my strong hand. That's basically what it is. So simple questions out of the way. Like us at Car Demolition League on Facebook as you can look at all these stands. This is the development league here. Scrolling on by. So a couple of teams with 1 point. Overtime losses. Anyways. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed it.